Is it better to know nothing than want infinite possibilities to break the ice? Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 1404 of What's She Up To Now, documenting the journey as I transition, as I build businesses both offline and online now. I originally started this segment to keep track of and document what I was doing as I moved from the offline brick and mortar world, corporate world, to the online world. And that has morphed after COVID and, well, during and because of COVID, into doing both on and offline businesses. I was going to just leave the offline world and jump into and stay in the online world. But I discovered that my talents and my interests lie in the offline world and helping offline business owners to add an online component and vice versa, not one or the other exclusively. So one of the things that I do is I share different pieces of content online every day. And I've been doing it every day since 2018. I want to say I did my first annual challenge in 2018. And it was to challenge myself to stretch my comfort zone. I didn't want to do video. Like everybody else, you're scared to do something you've never done before, right? It takes busting out of your comfort zone to do it. And then it takes practicing and doing it over and over and over again to get comfortable with it. And then finally making it your own. So I started the annual challenge. This is now my fourth year. We're coming up. This is the last month of the fourth year of annual challenges. And this year's is about doing one thing every day that centers us. So getting to know ourselves, getting to know what makes us tick, getting to know more about ourselves, because self-awareness is incredibly important for every area and aspect of our life, right? We need to understand and know and accept who we are and why we are the way we are, and then decide if we want to continue to be that way or if we want to change or grow or morph or work on certain aspects of our personality, our life, our mindset, our emotions, our thoughts, our beliefs, our skills, etc. We get to decide that, but only if we're aware that we want to decide it. Well, today's was a saying day, and it says it's better to know nothing than to know what ain't so. And of course, my brain went right to beliefs and false beliefs, and opinions and information that isn't necessarily based on fact or anything, but other people's beliefs. And if we're piling beliefs on beliefs, chances are one of the beliefs, if not all of them in the chain, are a lie, and they will lead us down a road that we probably don't want to go down. So I agree with this. It's better to know nothing about something and just admit to yourself, hey, I don't know anything about COVID-19. I've had it, but I, for the most part, only understand my personal experience with it. I don't know your experience with it. I don't know any of the science behind it. And I don't think any of us can believe any of the science or any of the information that we're getting from the media or Dr. Fauci or anyone or the CDC or the WHO, because it's been so manipulated and convoluted or misrepresented that it's mind-boggling. So I decided that it's better to not know what I don't know, but to do the things that protect and take care of myself, and then those I love and care about as an extension of that. But my primary responsibility is to know that I don't know. I'm never going to know. I'm never going to have access to all the real information, the real facts. So I have to make my decisions for myself and my health based on knowing that I don't know, and then do what's best for me, given that I don't know what the information is true or not. I don't know what is factual or not, because there's so much misinformation and so much skewed information out there, and it's been filtered and manipulated through media and social media so much that I know I can't trust the information that's out there. So I have to do what's right for me. So that's a tangent of our annual challenge today. Next year's annual challenge, I am working on and thinking about when I get, it's in my schedule when I get little blocks of time to work on it. I've got a couple different ideas of how I want to do it. It might involve people actually having to buy a book. My book, of course, a book that I wrote 10 years ago called Flip Book. I haven't decided if I'm going to do that or not. It's like under $20, but I might do the challenge I want to do next year, but randomly pick things out of that book to share and do. And then I like it because people can use it as a journal. You can write in it. You can do whatever you want. Now, I haven't edited it for 10 years. It definitely needed to be edited and improved, but I haven't done that. It's just a tool, just like all the other tools I share in the Get Up and Go Challenge, that served me extremely well following my sudden cardiac arrest. And I think it might be a fun, good tool to teach other people. as well as use as a foundation for the challenge next year. So I will decide quickly, because if people need to buy it, it probably takes a couple of days to get it. Even with Amazon being fast with print on demand, it might take a few days. So I guess I'd love any input that you might have on that. Are you willing to spend, under $20, probably over $20 with shipping and handling nowadays, the way they do Amazon and online orders. But would you spend $20 to do an annual challenge that I guarantee will change your life and transform your life? Every single one of these has transformed my life, and I know it would do the same for you. Let me know in the comments below. Our idiom today, our winter idiom, our Christmas idiom, and it snowed, so I wore my snowflake sweater. Woke up with a blanket of snow on the ground today, so that was fun. It's so pretty. It just whitens everything up, and it's not on the roads or the sidewalks or the driveways. It's just on the yards and the trees, just this blanket and dusting of snow. It's beautiful. But our idiom today was break the ice. So, of course, I didn't have an ice pick. And nowadays, our refrigerators, a lot of them, already crush the ice for us or break the ice for us, so we don't need ice picks. But, so we don't even have one anymore. Since when I moved, I got rid of hundreds and hundreds of kitchen utensil things that, that one thing you use once a year or maybe once every 5 years, those bottle jar openers and things. I got rid of all of that. All that stuff went to Goodwill when I downsized and moved intentionally. So I don't have an icebreaker, but breaking the ice, this was really a fun idiom for me to look into today because, and I think it's really powerful because so many people are still working remotely due to COVID-19. So many people are working from home and working remotely now. It makes team building and leadership and team building has always been challenging, right? Whenever human beings are involved, human beings are so diverse and so different. Whenever they're involved, bringing them together to accomplish a goal or an objective has always been a challenge. And your ability to do that decides and determines how good a leader you are and how fast you grow in your corporate career or how fast you grow your business. So it was fun to look up the history of that. It was actually much older than I thought. It was fun to Google different ice-breaking activities. And ice-breaking, to break the ice, is to forge a path for others to follow. It's to get rid of the social stiffness and the uncomfortable feeling when you're meeting new people. Now, on social media, I don't even want to mention this, but on social media, the vast majority of people do breaking the ice absolutely pathetically and wrong. They send you a friend request. You look at their profile. If you're smart, you look at their profile and decide if you're going to accept them or not. And then they immediately follow up with a direct message trying to sell you their product or service. Or, God forbid, let's do a coffee chat. Let's do a Zoom call. Do you have 15 free minutes that you can let me pitch you on my product? The answer is always no. If you're doing that, if you're sending messages like that to people that you just met, I beg you to stop. It makes you look desperate, like a newbie, unprofessional, and ridiculous. Did I probably do that early on? I know back when I was network marketing, and that was one of the things they taught us to do, was message everybody that comments on your posts and basically hit them up about your product or service. And so I think maybe that's why that irritates me so much, because it's such an ineffective, bad marketing, bad sales position, terrible way to approach people, because it treats everybody like a number. Now, how many network marketing companies or businesses have you been involved in where sales and marketing has been, or sales particularly, it's just a numbers game? Getting customers for your business is just a numbers game. No, not if you're doing marketing and sales and offering your business to the right people properly. It's not a numbers game at all. Again, pet peeve. I guess that's a subject that irritates me. So breaking the ice was the topic today. And I found a really fun article about 44 different ice breaking remote virtual activities and things you can do when you work virtually. Now, the majority of us are working virtually these days. A lot more people, I don't know if it's the majority. There's a lot of people working virtually that never worked virtually before. So there's totally different, and it's just a one change and difference in how we build relationships, how we get to know one another. And I think it's really fun. I'm going to start doing it with my team. Some of the different activities, some of them we've done just because that's the way I am and I want people to know one another. But there are so many fun, cool ideas on there. I'm going to get a group of us together and say, hey, you guys want to do some of these? Should we do some of these fun things? Especially since we've all been through COVID together, right? We are cool with doing some of them. Our Get Up and Go challenge today was about wants, the things that we really, really want. And the fact that there's infinite possibilities, and anything we want, if we have the idea or the desire, that means we have the ability and the capability of creating that in our life. So whatever we want, we just talked about wants versus needs, how you turn don't wants into wants, things like that. Again, the first, and it seems like a lot to people looking in, but the first 10 days of the 30 plus day Get Up and Go challenge are actually, it isn't until day 10 that I actually introduce the SOAP framework to people. Day 10. So the first 10 days of the challenge are foundational things. We talk about things that build a solid foundation so that we're putting the SOAP framework on top of that foundation. And surprisingly, the vast majority of people on this planet have never done these 9 foundational things or these 10 things, or they've done them, but they've never done them for themselves in a serious way. They've had an exercise here, an exercise there, an icebreaker here, an icebreaker there that, you know, got the tip of the iceberg for one of these things, but they've never really sat down and said, okay, these are the 9 things I'm going to consider and look at before I even think about incorporating a new process, a new habit into my life going forward. And if we know these things about ourselves, if we actually do them, we don't have to do them over and over and over again. We do them and we understand ourselves better. And the more self-aware we are, the better we understand ourselves, the better we know what it is that makes us tick, who we are, the better equipped we are to interact with the rest of the world. So today, what do you want? Share 3 things that you want. And it can be anything. It can be big things, small things. You know, I want my granddaughters to have an awesome Christmas. I want to be happy and healthy and have tons of energy. There's all kinds of things. It can be anything. But anything I think of or want, I know, and if it makes me feel good, I know that I want to make that a part of my life. And that's what I'm encouraging people to do in the Get Up and Go Challenge today. Again, the Get Up and Go Challenge, free 30-day challenge on Get Up and Go Challenge Facebook page. There's also a Get Up and Go Challenge group where the previous 9 challenges, as well as 2 No Nonsense Novembers and a couple of other units are in there. I can't remember what they are. It's been, you know, a year to almost 2 years now that we've been doing this on the Get Up and Go group, but they're in guides. They used to be called units, but now they're guides. So we are on guide 14 for the 10th challenge. So again, I can't remember what those were, but I could go look. But is it really that important? No, you can go look if you're curious. I already know that I've done what's in there. You may be able to gain and garner something out of there that helps you in some area or aspect of your life. I like the group because there's not hardly anybody in there, which, knock wood, I like that because it's a more intimate group, but it's also organized in a way that you can search and go in and find more information on any topic you want. So if I wanted to find out more about wants and desires, what do I want? What do I desire? I could go into there and I could type in wants. What do you want? What do you know? And I would get a bunch of videos, probably 8 or 9. Well, yeah, probably 8 or 9 on what you want. And then so every different way I've presented that or talked about that, because sometimes I talk about stuff, aspects of it, sometimes I forget. You would get a much deeper understanding of this particular topic. Well, what do I want? And then the whole don't wants and turning those into wants exercise. I love that exercise. We will talk about it during the challenge as we do the flip switch technique. That is a part of a flip switch strategy that works really, really well to focus and take things off the negative and put them on the positive, off the don't wants and put them on what you do want, off the why something won't work to absolutely why it will work, flip switching things around. All right, that's all I've got today. It's my son-in-law's birthday today. He's turning 29, and so I'm going to be hanging out with his and my daughter's daughter today, my granddaughter. Well, they have friends over and have a fun time. Probably having a fire. They like to burn stuff, and we lost a lot of trees this summer, so there's plenty of firewood to have a nice bonfire. And with a little snow, it'll be fun for them. All right, questions, comments, concerns, any way I can help you with your offline or online businesses, and I want to be that resource. If you feel like you don't have anybody to ask, I'm volunteering to be the person that you can ask. I'm not saying I will solve your problem for you, but I guarantee I can help you to identify what you need to do right now to move in the direction you want to go. All right, have an awesome day, and I'll be with you tomorrow.